This is Gabriel Gonzalez with Cage Side Press here with Carlos Silva, the president of PFL. Carlos, it started earlier this year, now only 2 more nights left in the first season. What are your feelings as it winds down?
Well, we're here in Long Beach. The playoffs are underway. We were just in New Orleans last week. The 45s and the heavyweights were spectacular during the playoffs there, and we expect the same from the 55s and the 205s here. A lot of great matchups. Fight twice, win twice, same night. It's an exciting night. As you mentioned, we started back in Madison Square Garden on June 7th with this regular season, and now we're into the playoffs, and I think the fighters have just put on a spectacular season so far.
Let's address the elephant in the room. We know that UFC is having a great year. We know Bellator is doing well and these other promotions. But PFL has its steady following. Fans are tuning in. You're seeing the Cuddly Bear getting probably a knockout of the year last week in New Orleans. What's been the key to just standing out in the MMA market in 2018?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just standing out. I think as you mentioned, MMA it's growing. Everyone loves it. It's sort of the perfect package. In 15 minutes during a fight, you get to see an outcome. And it just fits sort of the world we live in right now. UFC, just massive fight last weekend. Bellator's got a big fight this weekend. We've got a playoff fight this weekend. So there's plenty of MMA for the fans because the fan base just keeps growing. And I think the PFL's format is giving the fans what they want. If the fighters win, they advance. So fans know what to expect.
Now, one of the questions, obviously you have a lot of men doing well, but I think that breakout star, Miss Kayla Harrison, who's now going to be the 155er. People are saying, can you find competition for Kayla at 155, her natural weight class where she wants to fight? What's your response to the people who are like, yeah, we want to see her, but is there competition for her?
Yeah, look, I think the first 2 fights that Kayla had, if Kayla was here, she'd tell you that she had to show up, she had to get ready, and she had to fight and win. So, Brittany came and showed it, and Josette came and showed it, and we're going to find another 10 girls that are going to jump in at 155. We're going to put them into a 12 female division, just like we've got on the men's side. They're all going to have to come and fight and win, including Kayla. Just because Kayla is a big star and she's a 2-time gold medalist, none of these other women in the weight class are going to give her, a free fight. And so I think the format will prove out. If Kayla or Brittany, Josette, any of the other women come, they're going to come and try and make it into the playoffs and try and win the $1 million.
Now, of course, you did a great job stacking the roster. We've seen a lot of names that are familiar to us over the years as MMA fans. For yourself, though, there's always surprises. Was there any one fighter or any one specific just storyline that's like, what? That just impressed me a lot that this guy made it to the, quarterfinals, or just that they had that performance.
Well, I think we're starting to see that. You saw that in the first round of the playoffs. It's interesting with the 45s. It played out sort of according to the seeds. You got the number 1 seed, Steven Seiler, now fighting the number 2 seed, Lance Palmer. Yeah. Is it a big surprise that Lance beat Andre in the semifinals? Not a big surprise, but Andre was undefeated. Yep. So it was a big win for Lance to beat him after Andre had beaten him. And so I think that's part of, tournaments and playoffs. You win, you advance, you lose, you go home. Then I think you have the flip side where you take like the perfect Cinderella story in Josh Copeland. He was sitting on the couch. He was kind of on the bubble. He made it in as the 8th seed, sort of by the skin of his teeth. He ended up having a big win in the quarters, a massive knockout in the semis over Nicholson, which was a tough bout. And now he's sitting pretty with certainly a difficult fight. The finals are always difficult in any sport. Doesn't matter. The guys that made the final are there for a reason. But Josh has got a great chance to win $1 million and become the 8th seed in a great Cinderella story here on December 31st.
Now, of course, this Saturday, before we get to the final battle for all of these guys, we got one more night of action. Like we said, the lightweights, the light heavyweights. What's standing out to you? What are you most excited to see about Saturday?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see this format play out again. I think it played out perfectly in New Orleans. Everyone advanced. Everyone was healthy, including all of our losers in the quarterfinals. They were all healthy. They were ready to go in case something happened. Look, we got 2 new weight classes. We've got 8 fighters on each side. It's new. It's a new night now in Long Beach. And so I think there's going to be some storylines that we don't yet know. And I think that's the beauty of a quarterfinal, semifinals in one night. And so I'm excited to see how it continues to play out, and excited to see who the 2 finalists are going to be that advance to New York City.
I mean, the final question, just final comment. What is your message to the fans of PFL who are like, you know what? I like this format. I like that the guys get after it and there's a little more drama.
Look, I mean, live on Facebook, here and around the world, live on NBC Sports Network Saturday night. You got to watch it. If you're an MMA fan, I know you're watching. If you're a little bit not sure, you should watch this, because this quarterfinal, semifinal, playoff night is the most exciting night in MMA. And it's a real sport format. So if you like sports and you like MMA, you should tune in, you should watch, and I know you'll enjoy it.
Carlos, we're excited for it. It's been a very fun season, and I know Saturday is going to deliver as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.